let's talk about something that is quite unique, and we did our research. We were surprised at what we saw. A global investment banking firm came up with something before matches were played. They came up with what you were about to see. After detailed research, guys, I want us to take our time and look at this. And I'm talking about Goldman and Sachs.
Goldman Sachs.
And Goldman Sachs, yes, thank you. And it's about the World Cup. This was their prediction. They predicted after the second round matches, who will go through to the quarterfinal, who will play the semi-final, and who will eventually win the World Cup. It's of interest to us because 7 outcomes have come out the way, 7 results have come out the way they predicted, apart from the game currently going on. And if you get 7 out of 8, I want to imagine that
7 out of 8.
That's a good score.
That's close to 99%.
Yes.
In a system, you cannot get close to 100%. You are likely going to have that margin of error.
Yes.
Is it 0.1? Is it 0.001? Is it 0.5? Actually, you have the margin of error. It's any system. You can't have a proof system.
Yeah.
But this predictions by investment banking giant has shown that sometimes when you look at it, because even some of us will know that at the end of the day, we won't likely to have some of this upset. But for them to have gone for
research,
Costa Rica, gone for a team like Colombia, maybe I always expected Brazil will go ahead.
Brazil, France,
the Dutch will go ahead.
Netherlands,
France, Nigeria. Everybody is tipping
Costa Rica and Colombia. It takes a lot of nerve.
Yeah, Argentines. But the Costa Rican team is one lot that you can't put your money on because of the way they started the group phase, the way they qualified ahead of every other team. They topped their group, played against Greece. Yes, people say, oh, this could be their end point, end of the road for the Costa Rica. They are now in the quarterfinal. So that it become a bit of audacious for somebody to predict.
Okay.
Or to put a slot on Costa Rica.
All right, Cosmos, I don't know. Well, if you have it on screen, at the end of the day, what they're saying is Brazil, 5-time world champions, Brazil will emerge winners. And it takes a lot of, nerve.
It takes a lot of nerve to actually predict this. And things are going through my mind.
And everything's going according to script.
Exactly.
As we speak.
It's going according to script. If it wasn't an investment banking firm, I'll probably say
it's a
betting thing.
And they are orchestrating things.
Exactly, because when you look at the Cameroonian case, for example, somebody said something and it was correct. And exactly the outcome of the prediction was correct. So I'm looking at the trend. I do not want to preempt anything, but looking at this, if on July 13th we see Brazil play against Netherlands, then they didn't talk about the winners here.
It's Brazil.
Then Brazil. Okay.
Brazil
are going to win the World Cup.
That Brazil is going to win. The odds favor Brazil to win, and the final score is going to be 2-1.
Wow. Okay. Let's just see how it goes. Okay. If it happens like that on July 13th, there's something we just have to think about something. But then I would need to remind everybody that Brazil, the year they won the Confederations Cup, anytime they win the Confederations Cup, they end up not winning the World Cup. Right. So let's see whether this trend will happen.
And I think we have to give kudos to these guys for putting up something like this, and it's going according to script. But of course, the United States of America will have something to say about it tonight. That's if they defeat Belgium. Well, Nadi, you were talking about penalties the other time. So let's go to that now. A sports scientist claims that he has perfected a way that penalties could be scored. Before we listen to what the man had to say, he said, look, there is a way keepers will attempt to stop a penalty. So if you put it, like what you have on screen, if you put it outside their range, there's nothing. And the bottom line is saying, based on evidence, based on research, penalties can now become a sure banker. So that when a particular player steps off to play a penalty, your heart shouldn't be in your mouth. Because if they follow the research and everything that he has done, is a sure banker.
What of the goalkeepers? They are going
Well,
to take
He's
it.
not giving the keeper a chance.
Any
He's not
chance.
giving
He's
the
not
keeper a chance.
giving the
Now,
keeper a
are you
chance.
saying that the keeper will not stretch further to get some of those penalties? Because
Exactly.
look at some of those penalties. Yes, fantastic. Look at he drew a box at a particular position.
Yeah.
You know that for you to get that, you have to do consistent practice.
A lot of research.
There's every tendency that you hit the bar, the crossbar, or goes over, because you want to measure up that you want to hit that particular target. So you have to be a bit careful so that you don't lose penalties. So for some players,
let me say this
it's a
quickly.
big risk.
What they are saying is a perfect penalty shootout strategy that eliminates all of those things that you have talked about. What they're saying is pick your spots. These are the areas. Exactly what you have explained. These are the areas the goalkeepers
exactly.
This animation.
If it is outside of this range,
You are dealing with someone who has a leg. Okay. You don't know the position of that person. You don't know the psychological state of that person. You say a penalty taker, but what is the psychological state of the person?
Okay.
He has to use his feet, then the state of the pitch, and the state of the position of the ball, and the way he kicks the ball. So it means you have to take all those things into consideration before you can get a perfect system.
Let me throw Cosmos in before we listen to Dr. Ken Bray, who brought this up. Let me quickly listen to you. Should we take note of this? Is this something we should just discard or something we should take seriously? Because we are in that stage of the World Cup where penalties will likely decide the outcome of matches.
Now, if you say that he has brought out a way that penalties can be scored without any fear, then what happens to the matches? What happens when one team would have to lose a penalty for the other to win? So,
that is life.
Well, that is life.
Somebody has to win.
Nodi is saying, okay, this is scientific.
Yes.
Bottom line, is it visible in real football life? That's $1 million question. So let's see how it goes. Let him try as much as possible to, make it work again. Bring in some few players. Let's see whether it works, and let's see how it goes.
Well, let's listen to Dr. Ben Gray, and let's listen to what he has to say, and we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
The size of the perfect penalty come down to two things. If you're mentally in good shape, it's virtually about placement. What we've done in our research at Bath is to define what we call the goalie's diving envelope. It's about the maximum reach he can make, diving in any direction to make a fingertip save. If you can place the ball outside of his diving envelope, you should be successful almost 100% of the time. Penalties, you have to do it committedly. What you can't do is just have a general fun kickabout at any part of a training session. You should be practicing penalties seriously after hard training sessions to replicate 120 minutes of hard football. And then I see no reason why coaches should not be defining the optimum placement for a penalty kick in a goal.